What's good, y'all? Here I am again, another day, venting from the driver's seat, reflecting on the shit that I've been thinking about with the hopes, as always, that something I discovered about myself or some insight that I gained about my own journey and my own process could potentially help somebody get a new perspective on their life and hopefully help them through some of their rough times, or if they're feeling stuck right now, or whatever the case may be. Just hoping that my words contribute to somebody else's prosperity. So with that being said, I want to talk about how I've been thinking a lot lately about how much time I wasted growing up. And so when I say growing up, I don't just mean just as a kid, because as human beings, hopefully we constantly growing and adapting and evolving. So to me, when I say growing up, that can include all the way as, or just as recent as last week, because I've grown up since last week. So I say that to say that when I've been thinking a lot about how growing up I spent so much time and wasted so much time trying to be liked instead of investing my time into trying to be who I truly am and selling that image and not trying to craft this perfect image of to match the expectations of to match what I perceive to be the expectations of everybody else. And so because I spent so much time doing that growing up, I think I missed out on a lot of time that I could have been using to invest into the development of me and getting people to buy into who that person really is. And so I think I missed out on a lot earlier in my life for that reason, because trying to be who I thought everybody wanted me to be, I did get into, it opened a lot of doors for me to get a lot of opportunities, but in spaces that I didn't really care to be in. So, because of that, I wasn't able to be in the spaces that was true to who I was, that could have potentially led to other opportunities and open doors for me to get to where I really wanted to be. So, for example, in my professional life, the part of my life where I worked behind a desk, I reported to, a supervisor, worked for an organization. I had a lot of connections in that world because earlier in my life, I invested so much time in trying to make the right connections with higher ups in education organizations, in certain corporations, you name it. I was rubbing shoulders with those people, and I gained a pretty solid reputation that allowed me to see moderate to, high levels of success in the professional part of my life. And maybe I even need to change my language with that, because when I say professional, I'm usually using that interchangeably with working for, the traditional corporate life or the traditional 9 to 5. And while that is a professional world, I can also start referring to myself I should also start referring to myself as a professional in the media world and in the music making world and entertainment and things like that, because I am truly investing my time and energy into that part of my life now to become more skilled and advanced and to become known and respected and notarized as a professional in that world too. So for the sake of identifying the context that I'm using it in right now, I wanted to break that down. So now when I refer to professional, I'm meaning in the traditional sense. But yeah, I ended up making a lot of moves in that world, and while that was beneficial to me because it did allow me to gain some great experiences in life, I always have known, and this is a common theme amongst, the stuff that I talk about a lot on here. I always knew that that part of my life was going to run its course because I did a lot of that mostly to please other people, parents, family. It just felt like that looked like success to a lot of the people around me. So I wanted to really be seen as successful when I was young, earlier on in my life. And that led me down that path because I didn't have the confidence to say, you know what, I know y'all would love to see me do this. However, I want to be a producer, or I want to be a professional, world-renowned DJ or artist, or, you name it. Working in entertainment as a manager for high-quality talent, whatever. I knew I wanted to be in that world. And so I say all that to say that I didn't invest the necessary time earlier in my life into moving into those spaces because I was too busy trying to please everybody else and be liked and not and be liked for what I thought the world wanted to see and not what was true to me. And so I'm running into a lot of issues right now with trying to even get notoriety in the spaces that I want the notoriety in, because so many people know me for that other part of my life, and now I'm doing like I'm having to do a lot of undigging and uncovering the mess that I made for myself by not taking that part of my life seriously earlier on in my life, which would have led me to probably having a lot more connections and moving into spaces that I really want to be moving in right now. But you live and you learn. And so now I know that me trying to be liked is not as important as me trying to be who I really am. And then end up, however many people like me or accept me for being that person, then those are the people that I know are genuinely value or appreciate me. And the ones that don't, that's cool too. There's never hard feelings when it comes to that, because I understand that people, like, everybody ain't for any or everybody. And so I don't have to invest so much energy now into trying to be this perfect image to be accepted and approved by a certain quantity versus a certain quality. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in having gone through that or feeling that way. And so if you are somebody that's gone through that or has experienced that or is currently experiencing that, hopefully you being able to hear me say that can remind you that you're not alone, that you're not alone in that situation, and it can hopefully help you. Hopefully some of the stuff that I've said can help you see it from a different angle and help get you out of that space that much quicker. So that's all I got to vent about today. Know I'm going to have something to vent about tomorrow morning. I'm going to record that one too. All right, peace. That's it. I will see y'all next time I decide to vent from the driver's seat.